Hello class. In today's lecture, we are seeing a transistor as an amplifier. First of all, what mean by amplifier? Let's clear this view. When we cannot hear a stereo system noise or stereo system voice, or the picture on the television is too dark, in both the cases, we increase the volume as well as we increase the brightness control. Actually here, we are taking a relatively weak signal as an input and making it a stronger one by increasing their power. As I already told you, power means both levels of current and levels of voltages of the input signal. The process of increasing the power of an AC signal or AC input signal is called amplification. The circuit which is used to perform the function of amplification is called amplifiers. An amplifier may be defined as a device which produces larger electrical output of a similar characteristic than that of input characteristics or input parameters. It increases its magnitude of current and voltages by means of energy drawn by an external sources. The input signal may be from a phonograph, a tape head, or a transducer such as thermocouple, pressure gauge, etc. The output signal may be given to a system like loudspeaker in an audio amplifier, a motor in servo amplifier, or a relay in a control applications, etc. Basically, an amplifier needs a source of energy for amplification. This may be provided by a battery. Generally, it is an dry batteries or DC sources which are coming from a rectifier and filter combinations. The amplifier also contains at least one active device. Let's say here, as shown in figure, the active device is a BJT. This may be electron tube, BJTs or FET, which can provide a control function. Basically, the active device convert the energy from DC sources into energy at the output of amplifier, and this is proportional to the input signal. The AC input signal merely supply a mean of controlling the DC to DC or DC biases. The conversion of DC to AC, which is actually takes place in the tube or a transistor. The control is usually accomplished with comparatively the little input signal. The amplifier in which instantaneous output signal is directly proportional to their corresponding input signal is called linear amplifier. On the other hand, in which the output is not directly proportional to the input is called non-linear amplifier. We are seeing, or we will discuss about only the linear amplifiers category. Before that, we will go and discuss the transistor as an amplifier. As seen in this picture on the screen, there is a one active device called BJT. Again, the BJT type of BJT is NPN. Why we call it the NPN BJT? Because the direction of current is from base to emitter terminal. The arrow overheaded at the emitter terminal itself. That's why we say this is an NPN category of BJT. Again, the more importantly, the configuration of BJT which is used over here, or the connection, is in between base emitter is connected to the VBB and emitter collector is connected to the VCC. So, we called it as emitter is common for both input and output. That's why this configuration is common emitter configuration. Okay friends, now as shown in the figure, As this is a common emitter configuration, so this circuit also called common emitter amplifier. Here the VBB as shown in the figure, which is VBB. Why VBB? Because emitter is common terminal. Actually this is the voltage between base and emitter, but emitter is common, so we labeled this source is VBB, which is forward biases the emitter base junction, and VCC, which actually connected it between the collector and emitter, it reverse biases the emitter collector junction. This biases the transistor to operate in forward or active region. The VS is source voltage, which is sinusoidal in nature, and AC. So we called AC input signal with sinusoidal in nature. We applied across the input, that is base of the transistor. It has a source resistance called RS, which limits or the appropriate quantity of the current to be passed for the base. The magnitude of the signal source is such way that it always forward biases the emitter base junction regardless of any polarity. Means as it is a sine wave, so it must be in positive half cycle and negative half cycle. Though it is in having a negative portion, then also the magnitude of this Vs is always forward biases the emitter base junction. Why? Because the necessity condition to operate a transistor as an amplifier is input junction, that is base junction or emitter junction, must be in forward bias, and collector junction must be in reverse bias. Then and then only BJT can operate faithfully as active mode or give the application as an amplifier. Otherwise, if both the junctions are in cutoff region, then we say that the BJT will give a role of off switch, or both the junctions are saturation mode, then it act as an on switch. Here we are talking about the amplifier, so the necessity should be emitter junction must be in forward bias and collector junction must be in reverse bias. This will achieve with this Vs, or the magnitude of Vs is arranged such that it compulsory state in forward and collector in reverse biases. Okay, let's take a operation view. Here first of all, let us assume that there is no AC signal. Let's say as this is sine wave, let's say the zero input signal is applied, no signal. This is called a zero signal current or quiescent current which flow through the load. When there is no signal, under this condition, a DC collector current, that is a current which is due to a collector and flow from the RC, this is collector resistance, which is nearly or which is called a zero signal current. If there is no output, if there is no input, there is no output. There will be no output. This is the condition. Now let's assume that some AC signal should be applied between the emitter base junction during the positive half cycle. Let's say now let's apply our AC input signal. By applying the AC input signal, passes first the 0 to the maximum, that is positive signal. What happened during the positive signal? Let's say now let us AC signal be applied between the emitter base junction during the positive half cycle of the input signal. The forward bias across the emitter base junction is increased. Yes, increased, because we are giving the positive signal and emitter junction is already forward bias, so it increases the forward bias across the emitter signal. Okay, as a result of this, more electrons are injected into the base and it reaches to the collector, which increases the collector current. The increased collector current produces greater voltage drop across the resistance RC. Okay, here see the RC where we actually taken a output. As we increase the forward bias across the emitter, larger quantity of electron should be boosted and it is passes towards the collector, and we get a more magnitude of collector current, that is our actual output current, and we are taking the output across this RC. Okay. Now during the negative half cycle, that is a next half cycle, that is positive half, this one is positive half, this one is negative half. So during the negative half cycle, the forward bias across the emitter base junction is decreased. Due to this, collector current also decreases. The decreased collector current produces smaller voltage drop across the resistance RC. So it is evident, or by the discussion we can say that a small AC signal at the input produces large AC signal at the output or load resistance. Thus, in such situation, the transistor acts as an amplifier. And we know the ratio of output voltage to the input voltage is called voltage gain of an amplifier. Now, after this one, we will see a single stage amplifier in different configuration. Let's say common emitter configuration, common base configuration, and common collector configuration. Here we are going to learn about a common emitter transistor amplifier. Okay. Again, whenever we are discussing this one, we take help of a circuit diagram which is shown in this way. Here the figure shows, I take this one. The figure shows a common emitter amplifier using NPN transistor. Why we call the NPN? I already told you, because the arrow is pointed on the emitter terminal, so it is NPN BJT. And again, how we can recognize the configuration? See the common terminal which is across both as input and output. So in this case, the emitter is a terminal which is contributed for the input, that is base and emitter, and also contributed towards the output, that is collector and emitter. So that's why we call this as a common emitter transistor amplifier or common emitter configuration of amplifier. It may be noted from the circuit that the input AC signal which is applied across the base and emitter, same theory, and the output taken across the collector and emitter terminal. Yes, it is true. Let's see, emitter and collector च्या across आपण output घेतो. Okay. Then the VBB supply is applied across base and emitter. Yes, this is the VBB. We know the auxiliary component we required. Why we are talking about the single stage amplifier? Here stage means single. One transistor is applied over here. That's why we call it single stage. And these are RB, RC, C1, C2, for the RS. All these are the auxiliary or bias component. Okay. The collector emitter junction is reverse bias with help of this VCC, and same way the base emitter junction is forward bias with help of this VBB. Okay, here again the supply along with the resistance RB and RC to keep the junctions in their own position, that is in for input junction must be in forward bias and collector junction in reverse bias. Again, the newly introduced component like capacitor C1 and C2 are called blocking capacitor or coupling capacitor. Each capacitor is act like a switch which is open to the direct current, but it is short that it is closed for the alternating current. Because of this, a blocking capacitor blocks. Because of this, a capacitor blocks direct current but passes the alternating current. These actions isolate the DC bias from the AC signal in the input circuit. Here we are applying both. This is a fixed bias, DC sources, and here the Vs, that is the source voltage, is AC, sinusoidal input. We are giving both the inputs towards the transistor. So it is necessary to be isolate the AC from a DC sources. That's why we are connecting here the capacitor, which called a blocking capacitor, also a connecting capacitor. Why we call this connecting? Because here this is the connection way to connect between the AC and DC sources. Okay, each capacitor act like a switch as it is passes only DC and blocks AC. Okay, The function of C1 is to connect the AC signal source to the input circuit of the amplifier, and the function of C2 is to connect the output for the next stages, or to connect the amplifier to its load resistance or to the next stage of amplifier. 1 minute, I will rotate this figure. How to rotate this one? Here, all the voltages and current of a transistor are instantaneous, are indicated that the instantaneous total values, that is, it having both AC values as well as DC values. So the instantaneous value of the load based current is given by the relation small ib is equal to bigger capital IB plus small ib. Here the capital letter used, the uppercase letter I and V indicate the DC or quiescent operating current and voltage value respectively, and the small cases, lower cases I and V indicates the AC current and voltages. Okay, so we can take the instantaneous value of collector current IC is equal to IC plus IC. Similarly, the instantaneous value of the total base to emitter voltage, that is input voltage VBE, which is equals to VBE plus VBE, that is DC source plus AC values, and VCE plus VCE. Okay, apart from this calculation part, we are more interested to understand the characteristics. We know about the characteristics. Okay, so here the characteristics and uses, that is application of common emitter amplifier. A common emitter amplifier has important characteristics as like the input AC resistance is ranges in between the 1 kilo ohm to the 2 kilo ohm, which is considerably moderately low. Its output resistance is about 50 kilowatt, and it is considerably moderately very large as compared to the input one. Its current gain, that is beta factor, is very high. Current gain, again output to the input ratio, is very high, and it is ranges between 50 to 300. Again, the voltage gain is of order 1500, that is quite high. It produces very large power gain, and it is of order 40 dB or so. It produces phase reversal of the input signal, that is output is 180 degree out of phase with respect to the input signal. And the application, the common emitter amplifier is the most widely used amplifier in actual practice because of its large voltage and power gains. In addition to this, the input and output resistances are suitable for most of the applications. Let's clear the view of phase reversal. Here in diagram also, 1 minute. Here the input positive and input negative cycle, but across the output we taken it as first negative and that then positive. This is called the phase reversal. Input is out of phase with output. Here a positive cycle of 180, and here we get a negative of 180 apart. Okay, now let's talk about the common base amplifier. We will see in this next video.